Welcome to Live, life-inspired views for every day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. My husband, Donnie, had a high school English teacher in Manly, Iowa, named Mrs. Lane. Before Mrs. Lane would return the compositions after she'd graded them, she would tell the class there were some good papers and some not so good. Then she would read certain passages from the top papers as an example of excellent writing. After she read the model papers, she would peer over the rim of her glasses and ask, "Do you see it? Do you see it?" Then she would remove her glasses, look at the class, and say, "It's really simple when you think about it." I've used that example many times to put emphasis on the fact that the most important things to know in life are really simple, because most of the time they reside around the simple word of love. Yeah, it's just that simple. Last Thursday, we celebrated Thanksgiving, and across the United States, the television commercials featured families getting together on that day dedicated to reflecting on what is most important in life. Family and friends, relationships, the love of each other. It's really simple when you think about it. And if your world does not have a family who shares a close relationship, I hope you've found friends to fill that void and with whom you can share your love. Because when you strip everything away, the most important things in life have to do with love. The day after Thanksgiving, I watched the classic movie It's a Wonderful Life, starring Jimmy Stewart and Iowa native Donna Reed. If you have never seen the movie, I hope you put it on your to-do list. It explores the struggle of a businessman, George Bailey, who stands to lose his job and reputation because of a business mistake. The seriousness of the mistake takes over his whole sense of self and leads him down the dark hole of despair until he sits in a pit of self-loathing, a man who went from feeling loved, respected, and successful to seeing himself as a total failure, not of any worth or value to family, friends, or community. Ultimately, his family, friends, and community surround him with gifts of love and money to redeem the mistake that had been made. To learn the lesson of love of family and friends, an angel named Clarence is sent to help him rediscover the true priorities in life. Clarence hopes that if he can save George, he can earn his heavenly wings. At the end of the movie, George opens a mysterious gift, a book left by Clarence with the inscription inside the cover, "Remember, no one is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wings, Clarence." You know, we cannot put a dollar amount on relationships. You'll see this in the movie. There is a miserly man, Mr. Potter, who is the cheat and the culprit of the whole business mistake. In the end, he has money, but no family, no friends, no meaningful relationships. But George discovers through the love of family and friends that he is not a failure, but rather the richest man in town because he is loved. Isn't it simple when you think about it? I must admit, I had never seen the entire movie before last weekend. I'd seen the ending of the movie many, many times, but when I saw the entire thing, I saw the depth of the message. My brother Pete insightfully told me that in life, sometimes we only see the end of the information. We do not see the whole context. I found by watching the entire movie, I learned that George had missed out on the life of adventure that he had hoped to live, all because he decided to take over the family business after his father's sudden death. He had to suddenly miss his adventure-filled honeymoon because he stayed to help the community after the stock market crashed. He just kept helping others and giving to his community. With that context of having seen the entire movie, I now saw the greatest message. George was rich because of meaning, purpose, and most of all, love of and for family and friends. He may have lost the life of adventure and travel that he had once hoped to live, but he really did live a great life, just in a different way. The experience of misfortune helped him reframe himself and his life to see that it was okay, that it was just as wonderful a life, even though it was not the same kind of wonderful life he thought he would have lived. The miserly man, Mr. Potter, though, he was wealthy, but he was a poor man. He was always looking for meaning, purpose, and love in all that he owned. He continued to believe that money and power were the measure of a wonderful life. This is truly a good time to reflect not on what we have missed out on in life, but what we have gained because of love. That simple concept of love is the ultimate purpose and meaning in life. This week, write love on your bathroom mirror and marvel at where you see it in your life each day. Isn't it a wonderful life? As Mrs. Lane would say, it's really simple when you think about it. Join me next Monday for Live, Life-Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.